Hey crew, I've got the key to this Lamborghini Urus SE, and today we're going to see what it's like to live with. I'm going to start by unplugging it from where I had it charging up at off-peak hours during the night, and it doesn't require a full overnight charge to replenish the battery, just a few hours via a level 2 charger. Now let's take a look at spacing in my driveway, which is 16 feet wide by 19.5 feet long. I've got the Urus parked maybe 6 inches from the edge, sitting next to a new Chevy Traverse that my wife is reviewing. If you want to check out her content, it's at Mobile Mama on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And I am responsible for this parking job, where the tires are hanging over about as far as the Urus is parked in from the edge. So let's just pretend they're both at the very edges of the driveway, and that does leave us plenty of room to walk between the vehicles, wheel a double stroller, or wagon through for our kiddos. The door mirrors do fold on the Urus, that does help. The nose of the vehicle is just back from the gutter at the front of my driveway, and that does leave just enough room to walk in front of the hedge on the path to my front door. When first stopping in with the key fob on me, I can put my hand on any of the 4 door handles that will unlock all the doors, and I'll wait until I'm parked next to someone in a lot to show you the real door opening space. I will just mention that after this first defined notch here, you can pause the door anywhere you want, and it will hold that position. That makes it really easy to get in when you have the space. And sliding inside, ooh, the Urus is that perfect ride height to make a horizontal movement in for me at 6 feet tall. And instead of slamming the door, I'm going to let it soft close. Hey cabin crew, thanks for joining for this day in the life in the 25 Urus SE. In this video, I want to focus on the addition of the plug and if and how electrification makes life with the Urus easier or just better. All right, let's fire it up with the missile launcher ignition. Speakers greet me, and that's a cool welcome, but we don't hear the 4-liter V8 at all. So let me show you that obvious silence from outside. And this is just surreal. For a Lamborghini to be fully on and silent. This is going to be something your neighbors will thank you for early in the morning or late at night. And before we roll out of here, I want to show you where I would stick the items I bring with me every day, like my iPhone 15 Pro, which can go on this wireless charging pad in the console, alongside my sunglasses. Remote key not detected. Oh, right. It wants me to put the key fob in the key fob slot right there. Anyway, my sunglasses are here, and they're protected because there is a felt lining to that cubby. Not much else can fit in there, unfortunately, even my slimline wallet. So this is either going to go in the cup holder, which is also quite small, or in the big door pocket, which also is holding my 32-ounce metal water bottle. I'm always impressed with that when a door pocket is big enough. I didn't have space, at least not here on the driver's side, for my GoPro accessories, so those are sitting inside the glove box. I think the storage space inside this car, at least for large and then small items, is great. All right, let me throw on my seatbelt now and pull the right paddle to go into drive, and that will release the parking brake as well. I do have some curb ramps set up for the gutter at the front of my driveway, but that's just not necessary. We are still in an SUV, even if it's a Lamborghini, and we will clear my neighbor's basketball hoops on my way out. I gotta say, starting as an EV is really chill. If I'm just getting my bearings this day, I don't want the car to be making me crazy with all that noise, and here it is, just totally silent. Now, I don't know exactly, at least from the car's estimate, how much all-electric range I do have. The EPA says with a full charge, which we do have, that the Urus SE will have a range of 35 miles in pure EV mode. But right now the car is just giving me a combined full range of 334 miles from electrification and gas power. I'm not going to worry about that right now though, because I want my seat heated. And I've got 3 stages of that. I also have steering wheel heating, my favorite feature ever, to warm my hands on this smooth Alcantara wrapped wheel. And you know what? I'm going to turn on my massage as well. Hit that button on the side and choose relaxation, because why would you not choose relaxation if it's offered to you. And I'm going for level 3 intensity because I want extra relaxation. And as long as there is charge left in this battery, the Urus SE will remain an EV, unless one of 3 conditions are met. If I go above 81 miles per hour, that is going to turn on the V8. If I hit the kickdown of the accelerator, even in EV mode, that will also trigger on the V8 because the car goes, oh, you want all the power. Let's give it to you. The third is if I change up the drive mode. So if I go into Strada, that will take me out of full EV mode and put me in the hybrid mode over here. If I go to Sports, that is going to automatically trigger on the V8, and it's also going to downshift because you want performance clearly. Or if I go into Corsa, which I would have to go past Sport to get there. And then there are 3 off-road modes, which I don't care to pronounce right now, but those are going to give me the V8 power. And then over here in the EV or hybrid mode options, I do have the full hybrid mode. Let me go back to Strada, okay? Got the full hybrid mode. I've got a recharge mode over here, which is going to replenish the battery up to 80%. So it's not really gonna do much of anything right now, but if I go below 80% of charge, it'll pull me back to 80% pretty quickly. And then there is also this performance EV mode, which is going to use whatever electric energy you have for, well, do I have to say it? But at least for lazy people like myself, sometimes when I don't wanna think about it, don't wanna decide electric power, gas power now, then, you want it to be efficient, you just leave it in the hybrid mode. It's gonna make its own decisions and I get to focus on literally anything else. Another thing I don't have to think about is regenerative braking. There's not like another button or toggle or lever I pull to adjust regen braking levels. And in fact, I mean, I am on a downhill here, but foot off the brake, I'm picking up speed instead of slowing down. So if there is regen braking happening, it's nearly indiscernible. I do have to use the friction brakes. And I do enjoy using the pedal because it's tuned nicely. I can smoothly come up to that stop. And then, of course, in EV mode, smoothly power away. However, the driving experience isn't all about smoothness. The ride, at least on these 23-inch wheels, you can equip smaller ones as an option, is a bit jittery over changes in road surface. It's unsettled. And big defects in the road, I do feel. They're not punishing. The adaptive dampers and air springs do a good job of insulating me from the blows. But yeah, the ride is not perfectly compliant. Let's put it that way. I do mostly appreciate the adjustability of this driver's seat. Get that into a comfortable position, pull the steering wheel out with telescoping and tilting to a comfortable spot for my hands to rest. And I also have headroom above at 6 feet tall, but I wish the seat could lower just a little more, not for the headroom situation, but to feel a bit more immersed in the drive. I feel like I'm sitting a little high up here. Now, before I go pick up my mom and we get some coffee together, I wanted to discuss some additional daily driving details. Things like the turn signal sound, which is a familiar tone if you've ever been in an Audi product. I don't mind it. And now the turning radius with the wheel fully cranked. Ooh, that's nice and tight for a midsize SUV. Very handy. But what if someone is driving recklessly on the road? Or in this case, if I need to honk to let my mom know I'm here, what's that gonna sound like? Well, gee, I'd say that sounds downright proper. And it seems to have worked. Hey, Mom.
Hi, Miles.
I'm sorry to have honked at you. I was killing 2 birds. I was like, I gotta do the honk test, but I also need to let you know I'm here.
That's okay.
And it wasn't an abrasive sounding tone, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. As soon as I looked out the window and I saw this absolutely stunning car, I said, I'm going.
This is, correct me if I'm wrong, the first Lamborghini you've been in? With me.
I don't know that I remember. I know the...
You were in a McLaren. I know that.
Oh, okay. Maybe it had... No, a long time ago. Not the sport utility vehicle.
Okay.
Just the sports car.
Got it. Okay, so I think...
Launch mode, I think.
Must have been a Huracan. So you had the proper Lamborghini supercar experience. Now we're in the SUV.
Right.
Quite a bit different.
Very.
What do you think of this interior?
Oh, the interiors. Well, I'm met with Lamborghini front and center.
It does
here.
remind you.
Yes, it does remind you. The red door handles are extremely special.
What do you think about
kind of tied to
the missile launcher
yes.
start stop?
Yeah.
I love
with
that.
its little protective cover.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to accidentally do that.
No, it's lovely. Carbon fiber.
Lots of that.
Lots of leather. The leather bolsters are very nice and subtle.
Yeah.
But gripping.
Are the seats padded well enough for you?
Yes, extremely.
You do like a firm
the feel.
seat.
I like a firm seat.
And this is an Audi Lamborghini seat, so it's, it's a little on the firmer side.
Yes.
I don't know if after a long time in this saddle, if my legs would have had the circulation they would need. Might have to get out and do a little trot around to work that. But yeah, I agree with you. The seats are comfortable. Seats aren't like overly aggressive.
No, not at all.
They also have massage. So on the side of your seat, there's like a circular control for lumbar, and then in the middle of that, you can hit the button, and then you can choose from your different massage options. I've already been revitalized. I want to be revitalized. That sounds good. Found it. There you go.
Oh.
And choose your massage.
It started right up.
Uh-huh.
Does this continue indefinitely, or is it on a timer?
Good point. It is on a timer.
Okay.
So I wish it would go until you stopped it. Like at what point in time are you like, oh, that's enough massage?
Never.
I've been too relaxed. You better cut that out. No, so I think vehicles should just keep that on. Some of them do. This one doesn't, unfortunately. It'll time out. What do you think about the fact that a Lamborghini is now electrified? So, I mean, it does have this quiet coasting mode. Is that okay for a Lamborghini?
Well, I think anytime you're talking about a supercar, it's a little bit disconcerting because we think of the electric vehicle as an economy car.
Right, like your Tesla Model 3.
Right, exactly. You don't buy a Lamborghini because you're looking for an economy car. You're looking for excitement. You're looking for some on-the-road thrills.
Yeah. This one does deliver that. I will clarify that. So the way Lamborghini is doing electrification is it's like, it's got its daily driver convenience to it and quiet and ease, but it also just enhances the performance. And, at any point in time you go, hey, I want that V8. And there's V8.
There it is. And there it is. Well, what a great noise.
Yeah, so that's the Lamborghini you know and love right there.
Yes, it truly is. It's just deep and baritone.
I just have to...
I love that. I love that.
Oh, I will never grow up.
With a car like this, you don't have to.
You don't have to. Mom won't grow up either.
Nope. I never get tired of it.
Oh, after DuPont.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to the coffee shop. I've never been there before, but hopefully I don't get lost. Here's a question for you, Mom. You can choose any SUV. You've got a couple $100,000. Not you, just in theory. You have a couple $100,000 to spend on an SUV. Why would you buy a Lamborghini SUV?
You have the wherewithal to buy it, and you love performance. You're going to choose something like this. A brand that has
Panache.
Yeah. A reputation for performance and high quality.
Yeah.
And then, you can just make the neighbors jealous.
That's the answer I'm looking for. Now, while we wait for our coffees, we can play cornhole.
Okay.
This is cool. Okay.
Entertainment.
Yes. I'm not great at it. Oh, Mom, I thought you had it. Oh, this is actually far. I need to step up.
Yeah, I think we do.
You're gonna crush me. I failed. Get on. Oh, all right, 0-0.
Yep.
The game is intense. I wasn't just satisfied with the coffee. I needed to get a crepe. I went with savory. So this one has some turkey and pesto and...
It's beautiful.
How is your coffee?
It's fantastic.
Yeah? All right.
I have never seen a crepe served in a little box.
They perfectly match the size of the box with the crepe.
Where it needs to go.
Precisely. All right, let me try this.
Good.
Warm and gooey cheese. I love that. That's tasty. Verse.
All right.
High-res cameras. Ooh, really high-res. Parking sensors. Those are helpful for proximity in this Lamborghini.
Is it pronounced Urus or Urus?
It's technically Lamborghini Urus.
Urus.
But I don't want to say it like that because it sounds a bit pretentious. Still holding my coffee. This place was very good, by the way.
It was excellent.
I wasn't expecting the crepes to be as good as they were, but they were. Okay, parking sensors, calm down. Annoying. And I don't want to hold my coffee all day, so I do want to put it in the cup holder, which is very small, isn't it?
Yes, it's hexagonal shaped.
Hexagonal shaped. And it will hold the coffee cup, but
It's
boy,
a bit
just
tight.
barely. It's super tight.
It's a big tight.
Guess that means your coffee's not going to slosh out on you. That's good. We did have that little teaser of V8 fun,
We did.
but would you like a proper blast off?
Oh, yes. Yes, I can't leave without that.
Mom never says no to blast off. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that is extremely satisfying.
It really squishes you
Very
back in those
good.
seats,
Yes,
huh?
it does. That's when you're glad you've got them hugging you tightly.
Yes. Not just the G-force, the noise as well.
Yes.
I think that last burst of acceleration before I dropped off my mom fully depleted the battery here. But it's okay, because we're moving on to groceries here at Sprouts. All right, I've managed to fill up a small grocery cart, but even if it was a big one, I'm not so worried about capacity in the Urus's trunk. Hands-free tailgate, very nice. I'm more thinking about organization. And to that end, my tester has this optional trunk organizer with cargo rails and sliding accessories to give me options for how to keep the goods secure. Looks like the charging cables are held up front by this metal crossbar. I'll put the groceries in around the second piece. Look at that. Nice and tidy, held securely, plenty of extra room as well, and there's a grocery bag holder here if I didn't have the organizer. Go figure, it fits. And after returning my cart like a responsible adult, I can confirm that the Lamborghini Urus SE is grocery store approved. So, we've seen what hybridization does for around town ability. What about performance? I'm gonna start with a real world 0 to 60 test. I've got my race box set up here to record. I'm moving into the Corsa drive mode and the performance hybrid setting. And with ESC turned off, for launch control, I hold my foot hard on the brake, pin the throttle, launch control is preparing, it is ready, letting go. Jeez. And there's 63.18 seconds? That's what I'm torquing about. Instant electric torque is really fun for launches, but it also helps the Urus SE scoot even quicker through a section of curves. I mean, it's just the moment I touch that accelerator, this vehicle is surging forward. And all-wheel drive just gets all that power to the ground incredibly effectively. The brakes are strong as well, thankfully, because the Urus SE is no lightweight. Adding the battery adds a good deal of heft, but I really am not aware of it while I'm seriously cooking through this canyon. And that is thanks to things like the rear wheel steering system to help it tuck into corners. Oh my gosh. And the torque vectoring at the back to shuttle power where it needs to go, to help it slingshot out of curves. Goodness gracious. This is so fast. Oh, and I love that V8. The beautiful chemistry of the instant torque and the roar of the 4-liter V8. 789 horsepower, 701 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers are not messing around. Gosh, and the steering is sharp, immediate. And the rack talks to me. I have a great sense of grip communicated through. Oh, it would be such a shame if you owned the Urus SE and just putzed around town. You'd have to take it out on a curvy road like this to see why you spent all that extra money beyond what my mom said, just showing off to neighbors. Show off to yourself, why don't you? And manual mode is even better because I can control two important things. One, that, and two, I get to dictate the rapid gear changes from this 8-speed automatic. Whee! But the cherry on top is the new electronic limited slip differential, which when combined with the instant torque, lets you do things like this. Oh my gosh. And on a more mature note, what about the commutability of the Urus SE? I'm going to start with cabin quiet at highway speeds. Okay, so I had two different road surfaces there. The concrete one, which is obviously louder, I was hearing more tire noise. On this smooth tarmac, it's much quieter. I do get wind noise regardless, not a lot of it though. And as this truck passes me, I barely heard that. So I think the cabin's really well insulated. As far as visibility, I can see out easily over the hood. The side windows are tall enough, the rear one is a bit squashed, and the C-pillar is a blind spot. Thankfully, there is standard blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic. The view out the backs is slightly letterboxed and brought in by the rear headrests. If people were back there, especially someone in the middle seat, I would be wishing for a digital rear view mirror. Not sure why that isn't here at this price point. If I was going to commute to and from work in the Urus on the highway, I would be begging for driving assistance features, which we do have here. So let me just set the speed, adjust my following distance, and trigger on the lane keep assist. And now I take my hands off the wheel just to demonstrate here. It's going to stay in the center of the lane. This is not a highway hands-free driving system like we find in some other luxury manufacturers. But with your hands on the wheel, if you get distracted for just a second, it's not going to let you deviate from your lane. And these features, especially the adaptive cruise control, so I don't have to work the throttle or brake, really do cut down on the driving fatigue of daily highway commutes, especially in traffic. Final piece of the commuter puzzle, sound system. This car has equipped the optional Bang & Olufsen 3D Advanced sound system, which I will hear via the wireless Apple CarPlay. And this now larger infotainment screen has really sharp graphics, and it is quick to respond. I can find what I'm looking for easily. And it also has the capacitive touch, so you know your message has been received, which cuts down on distraction while you're driving. There is also a physical volume knob, also reducing distractions. I can just turn this, keep my eyes up on the road. And that looks to be about 50, maybe 60% a peak. Let's go a little higher. 65, 70. That is just an immersive audio profile. Clarity across the range, highs and mids, really well defined. The bass came in thumping. I just felt completely absorbed in the music, and I would never need to go above 70% of peak output. Moving on to some errands. I gotta pick something up here at the UPS store. Got it. Oh, and here's a chance to show you the door opening space now that I'm in a lot sitting next to someone else. There's that first defined notch. It does come out quite far, and that would be enough room to get in, but I can maximize. Go all the way to the end, and then get back in. I've really been looking forward to this because I wanted to try a different POV setup for some circumstances. I'm going to keep the GoPro and the hat cam for pretty much everything else, but I got the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, and this is not sponsored. I had to pay for these myself, but I really wanted to try them, so let's see what these look like. Pretty simple packaging here. Clean Wayfarer. Pull. And what do we got? Ooh, I like the leather case. That's nice. Oh, and the pulsing light tells me this is actually how they charge the glasses too. That's cool. All right, moment of truth. I got the matte black frame with transitions lenses in green. I don't know if we can see that, but let's try them on. Oh, I heard them turn on. Ah! Now, these are not primarily going to be used for YouTube videos because of the aspect ratio of the glasses. Hopefully I can switch back and forth between hat cam and Ray-Bans right now just to show you. But I will use them in some of the vlog style content I've been playing around with, traveling to different first drive events and things like that. So hopefully you guys enjoy that, and I'm gonna have fun playing around with these. And there is that fringe benefit of this look being a lot less intimidating to people out in public than this. I think it's about time I go hang with the fam. But before I include them, I will need to attempt to install car seats. And before I do that, I wanted to show you the rear passenger accommodations for adults. So for me, at 6 feet behind my own driver's seat, I've got foot pocket room, knee room, the whole seat back's in leather, that's quite nice. Thigh support is solid, head clears the roof with my head on the headrest, but the bill of my hat is just touching the Alcantara wrapped headliner. There is a large sunroof to bring in lots of lights. Got a 4-zone climate control system here, 2 USB-C ports, air vents with some decorative carbon fiber. If I didn't have someone in the middle seat, an adult certainly wouldn't want to sit here anyway because of the lower bulging headliner. I have the armrest that comes down. It's got leather padding and 2 cup holders in the middle. So yeah, it's pretty great back here. And there are sunshades. The kids will love that one. Oh, I didn't even recline the seat back all the way. I could have enjoyed that even more. Anyway, for car seats, 2 sets of lower latch anchors, 3 top tethers. Let's try the forward-facing car seat first. And the doors do open wide enough for me to get this in here easily. And it was easy to get to the top tether working through the adjusting headrest and cinching that down. For the rear-facing car seat, no problem getting to the lower latch anchors. However, the caps for those just pop right off, so you could easily lose that. And I do have some room here between the seat back and the car seat. And what does that do to the front passenger leg room? Oh my goodness. I'm fully stretched out. The back angle's good. The Urus SE is certainly family approved. The gang's all here. And Talia has a strong opinion about something. What was that, Talia?
The cup holders are too small. My water bottle has to fit in them.
I expressed a similar concern yesterday with my mom when I pointed out that these cup holders were hexagonal shaped, but also just very small. They barely fit the base. This is actually hovering above where it needs to go. It doesn't go all the way down. And Tali's got the same problem in the back. The cup holders are made for cappuccino, not for
Americans.
We're not going to worry about the cup holder size right now because where are we off to, guys?
Acai bowl and the park.
Acai bowls and the park, our favorite combination. Should we get there quickly?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. Because right now we're all just chilling in EV mode, but we want to blast off. That's what I'm looking for here. Ready?
Going into sport.
3, 2, 1, blast off. Oh, the squeal of joy. Here we go.
We love it.
I think I love it more because you love it, Tali. What?
Perfect.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. What do you think, Ro?
This fast car is perfect for me.
Is that Romy? Tali, you're speaking for Romy?
Romy's squilling now.
This is the adult popcorn. Romy likes it. It's a concert of joy.
It's fast.
Yeah, it's super fast.
And it's spacious too, huh?
Yeah, you got room back there? You know you guys have sunshades, right?
We have tons of room.
Ooh, sunshades going up.
Romy, do you like the blue color?
We don't even have to hang them on.
I know.
No, I know. They're not manual sunshades. Romy, do you like the color? Yeah, she loves blue.
Cookie Monster.
It's Cookie
Just like
Monster
Cookie
blue.
Monster.
It is Cookie Monster blue.
Say Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
She says Lamborghini.
Lamborghini. We made it to Berry Brand acai bowls. Now that we have our acai bowls, instead of just sitting on a bench somewhere and eating them, we should play and eat. Right, guys?
How?
Yep.
Great question, because we're here at the park. Yay! It's just me, I'm excited. And after all that fun and excitement, it's time to put some fuel back in this 22.5-gallon tank. The EPA rates the Urus SE at 20 MPG combined, but if you factor in the battery electric power, as you should, then it equates to 48 combined MPG. And we can see right here, I've had a pretty even split of gas to electric power over the last 184 miles, which has netted me fuel economy of just under 20 MPG. And at current fuel prices of $5.39 for 91 octane gas that the Urus does require, it's gonna cost me $121 to fill this tank. And no capless fueling though, that is a pretty cool cap. So I gotta work a little harder. Well, crew, at the beginning of this video, I pondered if and how a plug would improve the Urus's livability. And after quality time spent behind the wheel, I have only discovered ways in which the hybrid setup enhances the fun and the usability of this SUV. Anything with a twin-turbo V8 is bound to be a nuisance to neighbors living in close proximity, but the ability to silently enter and exit your neighborhood is gonna keep everyone happy, including the version of you that's tired and irritable during the work week. Instant torque is a win in every capacity, from passing power to canyon runs to sliding shenanigans. And given how liberally I pursued the Urus SE's power, I was impressed to still net 20 MPG during my time with it. Perhaps the best part though is not having to sacrifice any of that V8 roar, the pops, or the burbles, which thrilled my kids and my inner kid. Improvements could be made to the ride compliance and the outward visibility, just like the standard Urus, but with the same premium feel, technology, and cabin volume, the hybrid model feels like pure upside. I hope you guys have enjoyed this day in the life, and I will see you again next time